Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 8 U.S. Battleship, North Carolina. It has 9 main guns, 20 secondary guns, 108 AA guns, a top speed of 27.9 knots, total hull 66,000. For my modules, reduce crit chance on main battery, increase main battery accuracy, reduce flood and fire chance, faster rudder shift. And for my commander, situation awareness, basic survivability, faster traverse, lower cooldown on damage control. We are on the map north, and this replay is around 3 months old at this point. I don't know why I didn't share this, okay? You'll see. It's a pretty awesome game, but yeah, I don't know why it never showed up on the channel. We are headed out west, and we notice that there's an enemy Pensacola moving. Necromonger? Something like that. Enemy Pensacola. Tier 7 U.S. cruiser. Not very good. He's headed broadside, so we could get a really good shot. We fire all of our AP at the enemy, and we wait. Friendly gets a little bit of damage. He disappears, though, and our rounds are still traveling. Oh, yes! We obliterate the enemy Pensacola. Just 2 minutes in, and his game is already over. Oh, I just feel for him. I've been in the exact same situation. I've gone forward, and I have been overwhelmed at the start. Now, I don't think it's commonplace to have an enemy battleship one-shot you from a pretty long range. That's not an easy shot. I got very lucky with the dispersion of the U.S. guns. The U.S. guns, unfortunately, are very inaccurate, and one thing I noticed, you don't have access to accuracy modules on the North Carolina. That's really one of the glaring weaknesses of this ship in particular. The Iowa does have access to the accuracy. Unfortunately, it costs 3 million credits compared to the Japanese battleships where accuracy only costs 500,000. So something to consider when you're working through the North Carolina. The guns are inaccurate, they have extreme range, but you can really do a lot of work in this ship. So the Colorado we spotted disappears. Enemy cruiser is pretty close, and I think he fires on us. And what cruiser is this? At this time, I was not using the always-on alternate mode, but now I am. Enemy Mogami. Okay, we lead the target, and we fire with AP. We are on fire. We're waiting for 2 fires. We don't change our heading, so... Ugh, that was disgusting. We were getting a little lucky that the Mogami was missing initially, and he doesn't... well, he kind of misses. He got 2 fires, though, and we use damage control. I do have the premium damage control. It really is... I don't want to say it's necessary, but damage control premium is very much helpful for battleships. Because you're such a target, and because you end up being on fire a lot, having access to damage control more often is better than if you were to use skill points. At this point, I wasn't all in on Superintendent. I don't have Superintendent. You want Superintendent. At the intro, I just introduced my build at the time, and I even disagree with the build right now. Superintendent is the best Tier 3 that you can pick up on any battleship. So, I figure, hey, let's head through 5. 5's pretty open. There's nobody over here. We are detected. We don't see who's detecting us. Until now. Enemy New Mexico, Tier 6 U.S. battleship. So we outgun it by 2 tiers. He fires on us, we fire on him. We only have our front guns. We have relatively harsh angle. And that's really how you want to fight against a battleship. It's not in your best interest to show your side. You have access to 66% of your maximum damage potential, whereas if he were to do the exact same build, he would only have access to 50%, since I believe he has 2 in the front and 2 in the back. Yes, he does. And that's what you see a lot at super high tier. Our AA is just melting because we have the extended AA range. I really don't know what a good tier 1 weapon module is for US right now. By default, I was using AA, and then on the Iowa, I tried the turret traverse, but I gave up 5 seconds on my reload. I don't know if that's the right build. I've tried to go back to AA because I believe aircraft carriers will be relevant again in 0.5.2. So we'll just see. I didn't really like losing 5 seconds on my reload too. That's a little extreme when you consider the ability to take on enemies such as battleships and destroyers and cruisers. This enemy aircraft carrier, though, makes a huge mistake. I should never see this guy. He's way too far forward. And I'm going to ignore everything. This is like a loot pinata. You gotta ignore it all and kill him any chance you got. You take this guy out, you take out a lot of the enemy's ability to spot you and to eliminate low health targets. But he's gone. We see him and he disappears just as fast. We're showing way too much of our side, by the way. This is just terrible. I should just have my front 2 guns and harsh angling. That's what you should do. The enemy carrier shows back up. We only have our back guns reloaded. That enemy New Mexico is really low, and I would love to just kill him outright, and that's exactly what I'm going to try and do. The carrier keeps disappearing. We're right at that range of detectability. And we're able to do, oh, that's pretty good, honestly. All 3 landed on the target and did roughly 4K. That's above average, I would say. Probably excellent. Oh, nice. Again, we're able to get pretty good shots, and we should be able to follow up and possibly kill him. If one of our friendlies don't kill him, obviously. He's out in the open. He's close to my allies who can fire on his position. Don't want to run into islands. We all know what you like to do, Notser. And holy crap! There's an enemy battleship way too close, and am I? Okay, friendlies finished out. Good, I have gun cooldown for this enemy battleship, and it's a bad one to be close to. It's a Tirpitz. This dude has torpedoes, and we are in range, so I commit to move out of range and keep islands in the way. This is too dangerous. The Tirpitz is at a huge advantage when this close to anyone, especially battleships. So we're just going to make a break for it and hopefully break out into the open sea and have a better position against the Tirpitz. He, of course, sees us. He gets a pretty good damaging shot. Not going to lie. That's pretty good. Most of our ship was hidden behind the island, and he gets just the back part for 9K. We have our guns ready to go, though, so we should be able to do a pretty good amount of damage at the waterline. Of course, he's staring right at us. He fires, we fire, we turn as much as we can, and we get, oh my, 30,000 points of damage, not a single citadel. Oh, that's great. He's going to fire his front guns, though. Come on, keep angled. 5K, okay. That's fair. He's reorienting his angle to be more effective against us. We need to do the exact same thing. We're just at the angle where our front guns are not effective, so we got to bring it back just slightly, and we fire again. 7K. Only 2 made contact with the ship. For 2 making contact, that's fantastic, but it shouldn't have been 2. We take a quick peek to make sure that we're not going to run into the islands, and we see some broadside targets that could easily be finished off by us. Now, I don't really recommend ignoring a massive battleship to finish off a target, but anytime I'm given a target that's broadside, I'm going to try and finish him off. It's just the facts. There's an enemy Mutsuki right in front of us. There's an island in the way, though, so we can expect torpedoes any second now. Oh my, we take out the enemy New Orleans, and it was worth it. It was worth it. We're completely ignoring the Tirpitz. I'm sure he's so angry. How dare you? And yep, here come the torpedoes. He sent out all of his sets. Keep this in mind. He is now torpedoless and at close range. And there's another! What? What the hell? Where did you come from? We, of course, have our guns already in position, so we're going to engage this guy first. It's just going to take too long to maneuver the guns. We fire. We do 3K, but we sustain what looks like 2 citadels from that Tirpitz. We're just showing way too much of our side, so we got to reorient against the Tirpitz. Haru sent out his torpedoes and missed. I believe he has another set. I just feel like he has another set. Back guns in position. Enemy Mutsuki's also firing on us. We fire again. We get 4K, but he's still alive. Here are the torpedoes. We have to reorient. Secondaries, I think, took out the Mutsuki, and we're going to sustain some torpedoes. We're going to survive. I would survive. Oh my god, did you see how bad that shot was? Well, secondaries take care of the ship. We're able to use damage control to stop flooding, and yeah, we're barely alive. We are taking on everyone. You're next, Colorado. He's so low, I just can't ignore him. The Tirpitz is still firing on us, but we have great angling against him finally. I don't know how long we'll last, but we're going to take a shot at the Colorado. Now, this is not our kill, but I don't want him escaping. And yeah, we're showing way too much of our side to the Tirpitz. We finish off the Colorado. He misses, but we die to the Tirpitz. It was inevitable, but maybe we could have lasted just a little bit longer with better angling. Friendly Otago is engaging an enemy Myoko, and the Myoko has a health pool advantage, but the Otago, I would argue, is a better ship. He sends out torpedoes towards the enemy Independence. He uses widespread. I would not use widespread. There's too much of a chance for the enemy to fit themselves in the gap. You kind of have to commit to narrow spread all the time, but I don't blame him. At this time I was using widespread too. Remember, this was like 4 months ago. And he looks like he wants to kill the Independence. He's going to commit to killing him. The torpedoes, of course, are not going to hit. He's sustaining fire from both the Tirpitz and the enemy Myoko. The Tirpitz is landing some shots, but he's still alive. I don't know how he's still alive, but he's still alive. He fires again on the enemy Independence. Does a lot of damage. Look at the rain of fire. Everyone wants to kill, and oh man, the Otago dies. But the Independence dies too, so there's that. There's just the enemy Myoko and the enemy Tirpitz. Both ships are 50%, while my friendlies are pretty healthy. I would say most of the enemy's attention was on my North Carolina and that friendly Otago. The enemy cruiser disappears, most likely holding their fire and just hoping that the game will end before they die. I understand. The game is hopelessly one-sided and you just want to protect your investment, maybe not lose as much credits as you would if you had a completely destroyed ship. Friendlies are firing on the Tirpitz. I don't believe the cruisers have range on this Tirpitz though. He's 17 kilometers away. It's a very hard shot, very hard shot. But he's landing some damage on the friendly Tirpitz, which is a little surprising. I would assume that this Tirpitz would try to maneuver a little bit. The enemy Tirpitz appears to be using his heel, and the enemy Myoko shows back up. They're headed straight for each other. Are they doing like a dance or something? I would definitely fire on the enemy Myoko. The enemy Myoko is showing way too much of its side at this distance. I don't even need to see the binocular view. I can tell that I could be able to citadel this Myoko. While the Tirpitz is turning... Oh! That's a citadel. That was a citadel. Lord got one citadel, and he's following it up with another shot from his front. And will he be able to kill him? If he kills him, the game will not be over, but it basically will be. It'll be within 50 points. No, he misses with the follow-up shot. Friendlies on the other side of the island try and also fire on the enemy Myoko. I'm sure the Myoko's like, hey, there's a Tirpitz here too. Why don't you fire on him? Well, he is showing less of his side than you are. And he's a lot harder to penetrate. Oh yeah, we need to penetrate some of that armor. Yeah, enemy Myoko's dead. Now, just the Tirpitz. And everyone is just converging on this. It's like wolf packs just going after this guy. Who's gonna get the kill? That's the question. We know he's gonna die. He fires on the friendly Pensacola. If he would have gotten that shell that smashed into the water just in front of the Pensacola, he might have killed him. But the Pensacola is still alive, showing way too much of his side. He's perfectly broadside. Don't do this. Yeah, reorient your angle and reduce the chance of a citadel penetration. But everyone's just going after it, and I think he's going to get this kill. Yep. It's unfortunate, but It was definitely foreseen, and the friendlies finish off the Turpits. So, I don't know why I didn't share this game. 5 kills, 400,000 credits, 3 Citadel penetrations, 2,733 base XP, 120,000 points of damage. Just an awesome game. I hope you enjoyed this game. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.